Hello and welcome to another episode of AWSP's News You Can Use. Have you ever thought about measuring your school on the HOPE scale? In this day and age of massive accountability and school reform, one of the main predictors for student success is HOPE. Unfortunately, talking about HOPE gets pushed aside by other big initiatives. There are many resources out there on how to measure the level of HOPE for both your students and staff. One key resource is the nonprofit organization Kids at Hope. We are partnering with WA to bring Antoine Fisher to our first ever HOPE conference on January 14th and 15th. This is a two-day event designed for school leadership teams to come learn from other principals in Washington who have built their schools on the foundation of HOPE. Go to kidsathope.org for registration information. Space is limited, so act now. Speaking of space, we're calling all assistant principals. Are you looking for powerful professional learning day designed just for you? Sign up now for our Assistant Principal Leadership Institute on December 2nd at SeaTac. While we still have open slots, we packed this day full of best practices, strategies, tips, and engaging discussions with other APs. Go to our website under the Professional Development tab for more information. Speaking of assistant principals, we'd like to congratulate Clint Williams of Skyridge Middle School, our 2016 Assistant Principal of the Year. Williams specializes in reaching every kid with a personalized approach. He will be honored at the June 2016 AWSP WASA Summer Conference, which, as a reminder, housing is now open for. Now it's time for Fact or Fiction. Here's a true or false question for you. Do principals have to write student growth goals as part of their evaluations? Sign up now for the three-part team leadership training series designed for building leaders and their evaluators to dive into the answer to that question, plus a whole lot more on creating a meaningful growth cycle for building leaders. Once again, go to our website for more information. This just in from the Hill. The Select Committee on Pension Policy held a work session on substitute teacher shortage. They heard from representatives of principals, central office staff, superintendents, and school board members from across the state that the substitute pool is not a pool, but rather a puddle. Jack Arend, elementary principal in Tumwater, reports this year he has been short at least one substitute teacher every day. That is why the 2016 AWSP legislative platform calls for the legislature to address this issue, in part by allowing retired teachers to work as substitutes immediately after retiring, rather than waiting until the age of 65. Don't be shy in communicating to your representatives about how the substitute teacher shortage is impacting kids in your school. Additionally, a huge shout out to all of you who participated in OSPI's survey to collect information from the field on the impact of the teacher shortage in Washington. Your feedback will be carried forward to the powers that be. More information on the results of the survey can be found at k12.wa.us. As a result of recent national tension, we've received several inquiries from principals across the state looking for answers on how to deal with the issues related to the Confederate flag. From community members or parents wearing clothing with this symbol at school events to students pushing for the right to wear what they want on campus, this issue can quickly spin out of control. You'll be disappointed if you think there's an answer sitting in state policy. Our recommendation is to pause, consult your own board policies, and seek counsel with fellow administrators in your region before you act. Do not venture into this situation on your own. Feel free to contact us for more information. By now you should have received your latest copy of the Washington Principle. This is another great resource full of best practices and strategies to help support your work on the front lines of making a difference in the lives of kids in our state. Also, if you've got a story to tell and would like to write an article for our next issue, contact David at awsp.org. In each episode of AWSP News, we look to you for best practices that are happening in your school that should be happening in every school in the state. Here's this episode's dig for best practice. How are you measuring what high-quality student learning looks like in your school? We'd love to hear from you and would love even more to bring our film crew to your school to see firsthand how you are leading learning in your school. Don't be shy. Well, that's it for us. See you next time and keep up the great work for kids in our state.
One take.
One take wonder. Sorry.
Wow.
Should we do it over? It's upside down. Just kidding. You already fixed that. All right, I gotta get my game face on. Hold on, I'm not ready. Okay, now I'm ready.